that corridor. And for you to access Dangote facilities, there should be synchronization between the provider of this e-call-up system and Dangote. Assuming they clear the trucks from their base to come over and approach Dangote facilities. And they get there, Dangote say, look, I can't load now. I have issue with my equipment. Or the people on duty, they have closed. We have to get afternoon shift to come on board before we can start loading. So Dangote will be able to tell them, bring me 500 trucks. And all the 500 trucks must not park on the road. They should enter Dangote facilities, load and go out. By the time it's reducing to about 50, 40, they can request for another batches to come in. That is how effective e-call-up system can be. But there are also negativity of it. During that system, if there is a problem with vehicles which are majorly that problem, what do I mean by that? 60 to 70% of these trucks are breaking down on the road. When they break down on the road, or they load items, and on their way out, there's an accident. They fall down. There are problems. It affects the e-call-up system. And don't forget, entrance to that place is through Akodo, and they are, for now, they are still walking on the road, turning into dual carriage. It is a single carriage, they are still turning into dual carriage. So, what do I mean here? All these infrastructures will have been in place before operation begins. So what we are doing now, which I thank the Ministry of Transportation and Lagos State Government for doing, is just a palliative. It's just a mitigating measure, a temporary mitigating measure, not real the permanent solution to that corridor.
Okay, as an expert, what are now the alternatives that can work for that access?
What are
all other alternatives that can work?
What are the alternatives? You really want me to talk?
That will reduce pressure on our roads.
But for the sake of the Lagosians and people living in that area, I will just say something. When a committee was set up, I was made the vice chairman of technical committee on that corridor, Lekki Free Trade Zone. Lekki Free Trade Zone, the total land mass of Lekki Free Trade Zone is 4 times the size of Victoria Island, and is divided into 4. The first of the 4 is divided into 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is southeast quadrant, which presently they are building on. Dangote facility is there, deep sea port is there, Chinese is there, and other industries are also along that corridor, with only one single lane to service them. We told them that alternative to this congestion, because what we are seeing in Apapa is going to be a child play once that place begins full operation. If you take Tinkan Island Port and Apapa Port, if you take both of them, their capacity is less, it's not even half of the capacity of deep sea port when it's coming, when it's to full operation. The alternative way is to have rail that will link Lekki deep sea port. That's what we call shunting. If you are having deep sea port of that magnitude, there is no way you won't have rail inside it that will take the loads out, bring in empty container, and allow fast movement of ships in and out. Now, for Dangote, We took drones. We took helicopter. We went round on visibility studies. And we came back with all these executives having a meeting with us at Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Cooperative. And we told them, your best bet is to run pipeline cross towards Ijebu-Ode Benin Road Expressway. There is a land mass of an area that we located. They call it Akoko or Oko, somewhere there. They go and build a tank farm there. When you release your product, it comes into the tank farm. Let these trailers come over there
And load from there.
and load. When they load from there to that junction, they keep to the right. They go to Benin. They loop down to the left and they go to Ijebu-Ode, Ibadan, beyond, Abeokuta and beyond. And you have reduced the traffic impact you will have created here. You see, the traffic impact is just put a bowl of water down and drop a stone on it. The waves that it's going to create is going to be the impact that traffic is going to be. So the more water you have and the bigger the bone the stone you throw into it, the more wavelength you have.
Yeah.
So the alternative for Dangote to have effective operation and not to create unnecessary negative traffic impact there and to reduce the level of service from presently they are having E. That level of service is moving towards F, that is force flow. And from there it's going to G. Gridlock. For them not to have gridlock is to get to that alternative and ensure that the people there will not have the same experience like Apapa. Why? Economically, it won't pay Dangote.
Okay, is there any way the proposed fourth mainland bridge can, help in supporting?
The only area that can help that area, that place, is the one that the president is building now.
The coastal road.
The coastal road, that's the Lagos-Calabar road.
Calabar Road, okay.
We've been on this for long, but thank God he took the bull by the horn. Another one that can be of assistance to that is Sokoto Road from after Janiki, this Agbara to Sokoto Road.
Sokoto.
Those are the ones they link up. Any vehicle going to the north can take that side. And any vehicle going to the southeast, south-south can take Lagos-Calabar Road. And when they have Lagos-Calabar Road, it must have rail. That rail should shunt into Lekki-Epe port. Very, very important. Thank God that Lagos State government has got an investor now for the Green Line. Now, they need to take Green Line again to both Dangote and Lekki-Epe port. So any product coming to inland to Lagos, coming to Lagos, will go at night. Will go through that. So they should not carry them during the day because most of the goods are dangerous goods. Yeah. They should not carry dangerous goods during the daytime. They should carry them at night when people are sleeping and the road is free.
Okay. I want us to look at the impact this e-collab system will have on the logistics industry at the moment.
The call-up system that they are talking about now is only for Dangote. Because what we said then was that from Dangote side up to Ibejuagbe, we have already have 100 meters width road. The Chinese wanted to do it, the Dangote wanted to do it, but I have left service. But those infrastructures supposed to be on ground before operations. So the logistics side of it is that things that happen in Apapa, there are people who are spending, these drivers, they are spending 40 days, 50 days before they approach port. shouldn't be allowed to happen. Because since you don't have access to that facilities on time, it creates logistics problem. And not only that, it creates economic and devalue the landed property, just as it did in Apapa. People are now moving away from Apapa because of that gridlock. And what will happen here is that you can see people are moving towards Lekki. They are moving towards that. The rate they are going there will be the rate they will be returning once they have that gridlock. But thank God, the advantage we are having now is that once the green line begins operation, once it's on ground, people can abandon their vehicle, take green line out of that area. But what about the environmental impact? The trucks will lie on the road. That is where they will bath. That is where they will eat. That is where they will do all those sort of these things. What about security? They can rape, they can do anything. What about the security? So those are the things they need to look into and sit Dangote down. Dangote is going to have 650,000 barrels of crude oil on daily basis through a single pipeline system into its facilities. 50% of those crude oil, of the product, refined products, are going out by ship. We have no problem about that. The remaining 50% is the problem we're going to have, because those who are coming to domestic, and we're going to have issue in their distribution and logistics wise too.
Okay, you've talked about the environmental impact and others. We're still faced with road usage and pressure on the roads now. So since this is all we have for now, what measures should be put in place to ensure that these roads are fixed or in good shape? Because right now, I drove past that place about just last Sunday, and the road itself, that is the Lekki-Epe road itself, is not in good shape. And then we'll be having over 2,500
There's a construction going on.
Vehicles. Yes.
There's a construction
going on.
Now.
Yes, I saw.
And they are very close to Shongotedo, that area that they are working on.
But how long will that one last?
But let me tell you this. If you have 20 traffic using a particular road, and that 20 traffic increased to 50, and is reducing the level of service of that road, the next thing you want to do is to expand the road.
Yeah.
And and the more road you expand, the more people want, the road is free, it takes me less than 30 minutes, what it costs.
Have influx of people.
So they put more vehicle on the road. So you continue increasing the volume of vehicle on the road. You get to a saturation again that you don't know what to do. So the alternative is to look for other mode, like the rail and the other things that are coming up. Now, we are looking at flying another bridge across Epe, and outside Epe, they will fly the bridge from the water side, by Dangote side, fly it across to into the Epe side, and run it to come and meet the Kronenberg Express Road, the one they are building towards the Jebu, the Benin or Expressway. Now, the question now remains: we've processed 3 bridges on that water. It's only 1 bridge they are using for now. Now, assuming Dangote is 1,000 trucks are going out. It's to go to 2005, don't worry. 1,000 trucks are going out. When they cross the bridge to Epe, the next thing is going to hit traffic hammer. Traffic hammer is a junction that you don't have alternative than to wait for the other traffic coming before you come in. And the more you wait for them and they don't pass, you create problem, you backflow traffic. Do they want to put traffic light there? What about the traffic psychology? We're talking of the driver, the unruly behavior of drivers. How do you handle those ones? Have you ever seen any trailer coming and they are competing the road with you?
Of course.
And sometimes they are under the influence of one drug or alcohol, and they misbehaving. These are the things that they need to put together before taking shot and say, these are the facilities we need to put on ground.
I was going to ask you about...
I am not sure Epe Road will be safer before they reach that expressway, because they have to pass through Epe. They have to come and turn left and turn right and pass through that road that led to that big school in Maryland before they down reach another junction, before they turn left and go straight. So deliberately we haven't have enough infrastructure to be able to say yes, we are good to go on the facilities on ground in Akodo Road by Lekki Free Trade Zone.
Okay, so back. Go on.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, because you've talked about the drivers now, let's talk about the truck operators.
I can hear you.
The truck operators.
The truck operators. Yes.
Is there a need to educate them on how they can adapt to this new system and how they can see the benefits of this e-collab system?
Thank you very much. They need to be educated. That is why the Lagos State government have LASDRI, Lagos State Drivers Institute. LASDRI cannot do it alone. It has to involve LAMATA, it has to involve LASMA, it has to involve Federal Road Safety, it has to involve Vehicle Inspection Services. All come together. They need to educate traffic, truck operators and truck owners. Very, very important. Truck operators and truck owners. But because of the time, you see, we have laws. We have laws. It's not that we don't have law. The implementation of the law is the problem. The implementation of the law is the problem. As I'm talking to you, some of my family, sometimes they don't like me anymore.
Why?
Because they will have committed traffic crime and they will call on me and say, look, I am no more there, even if I am there. You want me to go and tell them to relieve you? Go and solve the problem yourself. So, yes, they need to be educated. Correct. But that should have come first. Before enforcement. That should have come first before operations.
Okay, still talking about the e-collab system. What methods, because this question is close to hers, what methods will be put in place or possibly used to measure the success? For instance, like feedback mechanism.
The e-collab system on its own has no problem.
Okay. It is we.
The operators.
It is we as people.
The operators is the problem. What do I mean? I have said it. You have to synchronize from the truck terminal, the operators, and the facilities. So they must work pari passu. Where they don't work pari passu, we have problem. That's one. Number two, they should not allow any parking on the road. Once you get to the facilities and you are not clear, turn back and come back to the base. And those ones that are coming back to the base, they should give them a separate place to park so that they know they are the one. But
I thought that the e-system works in a way that for you to even be on the queue at all, you know, you are, your truck is part of the ones that have been called and that will go in. Instead of getting there and then, oh, you are not clear there, and then you go back. I thought it would have cleared you before even getting close to the entrance.
Who clears me? It is the operator of the system that will clear me. How am I cleared? Is it because they said that they should clear, the facility said, okay, give us 400 trucks, give us 200 trucks. And I say, okay, 400 trucks, leave to the facilities. And when they get to the facilities, they have snag. It's not his own fault.
Oh, okay.
They have snag.
Okay.
So what's going to happen? Will they be on the road like that? So it should be clear to them that once there is a snag that you cannot be attended to there and they cannot put you inside their facilities to keep off the road, return to the base.
Let's talk about safety now. Safety is a major concern, especially with the large vehicles operating at night, because if we get it right, the operations will be more at night, right? So what are some safety and operational concerns that are associated with the influence of trucks in that corridor? And how can it be addressed?
Presently, the safety measure, if you go on that corridor now, because it's still under construction, there is no street light. There is no traffic signs. If you take it from, if I can get it right, if you take it from that beach down towards Akodo, we have about four schools there, primary and secondary school. If the children want to cross, they have to stop vehicle for them. And the magnitude of trucks that will be using that corridor now, with the type of people that will be driving them, is it not safer to take safety measure? If you go to, I was in Saudi Arabia, I have not seen where they are taking trucks to load petroleum products. Rather, those trucks, they were loading water to each hotel. If you go to their petrol stations, they pipe, there's a pipeline to each petrol station. Pipeline for diesel, pipeline for petrol. And
it's just connected straight from the refinery.
Yes, from the source. And you don't need to bother yourself. You are the owner of the petrol station. You need to put the content into your underground tank. All you need to do is just as we are paying for the phone. Pay for it. Once you pay for it, then it will release. If you pay for 20,000 liters, once it gets to 20,000 liters, it's shut down. If you pay for diesel for 50,000 liters, when it gets there, it's shut down. So there's nothing you can, and you can pay for 50,000 liters, and you can try to have 30,000 and have the remaining 20,000 pending when you sell that one, and the remaining 20,000 will still come down. But when your 50,000 liters that you pay for comes up, it's shut down. So we need to look into all this. We need to go back to pipeline. Pipeline is, beside the air transport, pipeline is another safest means of transportation. If you don't go there, it lives more than 100 years. So people should stop spoiling facilities. It's a transport mode on its own. The check and balances are with the valves. Butterfly valves, sluice valves, all those controls that they have there, they have them there. So people should not go, and then they can link up with the federal pipes. You can link up with federal pipes. You see, the good side of it is that if you have the volume that you put in is the volume that you go out. By the time you are using it, I won't use it. By the time, it's a shared asset, just like a road. Just like road, it's a shared asset, because he's going to have 650. He's going to produce 500,000, and it's going to give. It's going to give local 500,000. The 500,000 is giving the diesel is there, petrol is there, other things are there. We are not talking of the fertilizer. Fertilizer will have at least 250 trucks on daily basis. Had 250 trucks in, and then coming back it is 250. That is 500 trucks. Add it to 5,000 trucks. That's 5,500 trucks on daily basis on that corridor. We are not talk of Chinese, so we've not talk of other companies that are also using trucks to load. We are not even talk of deep sea port. We've not talked of deep sea port. So we have issues.
Okay. I'm glad you said that the e-call-up system really is not the problem, and that it is the operators, the human beings that will be working there. So how will compliance, or how should compliance be monitored, especially bringing in penalties for operators or truck drivers who do not adhere to this e-call-up
compliance
guidelines?
You see, when you talk of compliance, is in two forms. The facilities there and the drivers. The facilities there and the drivers. There was a time we were asked to go and clear the corridor of Apapa Expressway. I don't know whether you remember that time that the trailer up to Oshodi,
They were
they
packing.
were on the queue and we were to clear them. Now, we have to, at night, it was a national operation because you can't do it during the daytime. We have to, at night, people cannot access Abu Ward of Insolo, they cannot access their house. Everybody was on the express road and they were robbing, they were doing everything. So we have to start moving into all the available warehouse, pushing all this truck in there. Now, some of them are so unruly that they were fighting us. They are so aggressive that they are fighting us. These are the people that they need to be trained. The owner of the trucks, rather than supporting government, they were supporting their drivers. My driver has been here for over 20 days. Their behalf, you mean that will not? So that is one. The facilities also are not available. The roads are not there because that was then Dangote was to build the road. So during the road construction, there were issues of accessing the port. So what do? We need to have infrastructure in place. We need to get all these people involved. Both the facilities operators, the vehicle operators, the trailer parks, all of them need to synchronize and work together as one. If not so, we have not seen anything. I don't want to sound be an alarmist, but you understand what I am saying when the time comes.
Okay, you mentioned something.
For now, everything is cool, it's quiet. So this is an intervention mitigating force, effort, but it won't solve Lekki Free Trade Zone problem.
Okay.
I can bet it.
Okay, when we started the show, you said something about the e-collop system in the Apapa axis, and you know, from my findings, this e-collop system has been trailed with a lot of controversy and challenges because some stakeholders say, oh, there's issue of extortion, there's issue of favoritism. I'd like you to speak more about this, the e-collop system in Apapa Port. And has it eradicated gridlock?
No, I think that question is better for you to answer. And it's true. No, you just want
I don't go to that axis, so I don't go there, so I wouldn't know.
When they say permanent secretary, the permanent secret keeper is what they call permanent secretary.
Okay.
Let me also give you that job.
Okay.
Go there with your camera. Go and see the situation.
Okay.
It's better to... No, you should go and let the public know the situation on ground.
Okay.
That's all. Because, you see, the problem in Apapa is totally different from the problem in Lekki Free Trade Zone. Dangote is sole owner of that. It's a beautiful infrastructure that is coming up in Lagos State.
But they're using the same system.
It's beautiful. Eh?
They're using the same e-collop system.
No, they want to use the same ecosystem, but different operator.
Okay.
Different this and that.
Okay.
Okay, if you look at that of, I think it's about 3 years ago they started, February 2021.
2021 or
Yes.
2021.
February 2021, February 23rd, yes, 2021. That's when they started that one.
1 year.
I want you to go there and see the situation now. And I am telling, we have over, I think we should have about 35 or 36 tank farm in that area. All put together, not up to half of what will be coming out of Dangote. I am telling you.
Wow.
I am telling you. All put together.
Wow. That's a big
And you know, Apapa has two access. You can use Wharf Road. You can also use Apapa Oshodi Expressway Now, it's only one. And when they get to Eleko Junction,
Okay.
they want to return right. There are only 2 bridges. Small bridges there. They need to expand those bridges. If one of the bridge cascade,
And
that
that
ends that problem.
Lockdown.
Because those bridges are not meant to carry those goods.
Heavy
You see, that road was built to link the community up to Iseomi, to link the community for the economic, commercial, cultural, and other, to link the community. But we are using it for industry now.
Okay. So my final question for you would be, what would be your advice for both the government?
Can you hear you?
What would be your advice for both the government and the truck operators and owners to ensure that this e-collab system succeeds?
Yes, as I've said, that is an immediate intervention. I don't want it to be like a papa before they look into the solution to the problem. They should go back to our report. Call Dangote back. If that land is still available, let Dangote go and build pipeline and take that traffic away from Lekki, away from Epe, because that traffic will affect Itoikin, it will affect Ikorodu, it will affect Jebu-Ode, it will affect Epe on its own, because Epe is going to be the distributor, and those roads are just done. Imagine a vehicle had an accident or had a breakdown. What's going to happen to people of Epe? So they should let him move that traffic, build a tank farm to that side, and then let them be loading from there. We've told them, and because it is not that what I am talking as a person. We have modeled this, we have put it inside the computer to model and model and model and model. We continue having that answer. That's our best choice. The second aspect is to build train, railway, that Lekki deep sea port need rail to move goods out of it faster. It's economical, but if they don't build it, it's going to be diseconomical, both for the deep sea port, the people in the area, the government, and the people that are going to be using it. Because if you have goods at the port and you don't move them out on time, it creates problem. If you move them out and you don't get to the destination on time, you create problem. So the problem of Apapa, they should sit down and look into it, call experts, let them sit down, look into this, and let them advise Dangote professionally and appropriately.
Professionally and appropriately, and appropriate advice is what you have said. Thank you for sharing your insights with us today, Dr. Taiwo Olufemi Salam, Head of Department, Transport Technology and Infrastructure in LASU. We've been talking about the implementation of the e-collab system on the Lekki-Epe corridor. Thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you very much, Fiona.
We'll go on a short break. The program continues when we come back.